Yo! Today we're looking at a highly anticipated vehicle in the Helldivers universe, the TD-220 Bastion tank. But first, I need you to do your democratic duty and hit that like and subscribe button. The Bastion first appeared in Helldivers 1 as the TD-110 Bastion. You can get the TD-220 Bastion tank at level 25 for 35,000 requisition slips. The 220 Bastion is an absolute beast in this game. It has a main cannon loaded with 30 rounds that is capable of destroying any enemy in the game with a single well-placed shot, with the exception of the all-powerful Leviathan and the Worm. Combined with that main cannon is a heavy machine gun that is an alt fire for the main cannon. It operates exactly like the normal heavy machine gun, except it has a 2,000 round capacity and it is extremely steady and accurate. The Bastion has 4 seats, one for the driver located at the very front on the nose of the tank, one for the gunner located at the very back, and 2 for passengers on top of the tank where they can pop out and use their primary guns to fire. I kinda wish those positions had medium pin machine guns on them, similar to the Scorpion from Halo, but I'll take what I can get. The Bastion has medium armor, which means it is not susceptible to small arms fire. It also has 8,000 health, which allows it to withstand a direct shot from an automaton cannon. Keep in mind that the main gun has limited visibility and that there are many melee enemies in the game that will tear the Bastion up if you're not careful. Which brings me into the next segment of the best way to utilize this vehicle. The Bastion is best suited for urban maps and megacities. Like seriously, we made it work on open fields, but you get melted much faster than you would in the cities. Utilizing cover is the best thing you can do as a driver for this vehicle, but please keep your gunner in mind and don't put it in a position that will obstruct the gun. Arrowhead loves putting realism in where they can, and this vehicle is no exception. My biggest pet peeve with this vehicle is that it does not have a proper turret on top that can spin 360 degrees, but this is a tank destroyer and not an actual tank, so once you understand that, it's really not that big of a deal. One thing to keep in mind though is that the cannon can only turn at about a 30-degree angle, so you need to be in constant communication with your driver to make sure you can line that gun up properly. Which reminds me, communication is key with this vehicle. It is definitely a team-based vehicle, and the driver and gunner need to be in constant communication with each other to be effective. Unless you're like me and my friends who have our brains connected through Bluetooth and don't need to communicate. The gun is also limited with how high and low it can aim. It can aim at a pretty decent angle upwards, allowing you to deal with flying enemies. However, it is very limited when aiming down, and oftentimes the chaff enemies will get too close and cannot be shot. So just tell your driver to take a page out of the old dictator handbook and run them over. Something I saw a lot of people ask about when the tank first released was how to pivot with it. Tanks in real life are able to activate one side of treads to turn the vehicle without moving forward, and this function is in the game as well. All you have to do is stay still and hold your left stick to the left or right depending on which way you want to turn. For my PC players, that would just be A or D. There's about a 1 to 2 second delay before it starts moving, so just control your ADHD brain for a little bit and it'll move, I promise. This simple piece of information is honestly a game changer because, in my opinion, the maps aren't really designed with the tank in mind. Or is the tank not designed with these maps in mind? Because several times a simple 2-foot boulder will completely derail me, and now the tank is forever stuck in place. Not to mention the wonkiness of Helldivers, where some random thing will happen and the next thing you know, your tank is airborne. So being able to turn without moving forwards or backwards is super helpful when navigating. Plus you can help position your gunner a lot easier by just simply turning in place. For the gunner, you have the easiest job. Literally just shoot everything. The Bastion can one-tap factory striders, hulks, tanks, every kind of cannon, war striders, and small fabricators. I think you can one-shot the large fabricators, but it depends on where you shoot them, otherwise it's a 2-tap. Either way, it's super inconsistent, so I'm not sure. I know I've only covered the bots, and that's because we're currently attacking Cyberstan, so that's literally all I've been fighting. I've heard the Bastion slaps on the other factions as well, however, I've also heard that chargers are able to flip your tank out, so that's something you should look out for. Anyway, I absolutely love this vehicle. It's actually more balanced than I was expecting it to be. I think think it's a pretty solid choice to bring on even higher tier difficulties as long as you call it in at appropriate times. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like the Bastion? Do you hate the Bastion? Give me your thoughts in the comments below.
Best job ever. Best job ever. Best job ever. Best job ever. I get the money and it's right on cue. The double bag inside my coat. Hold a couple packs, tell 'em I love you. You wanna be a boss, do it like I do. Yeah. Get that money on flex. I get that money on flex. I get that money on flex.